The champagne glass shattered against the marble floor as Rebecca's voice cut through the laughter. Tell them about the motel receipts, Marcus. Tell them about the texts. Tell them about my niece. 23 family members froze. Uncle Marcus's face went white. And what happened next would destroy 3 families forever. But that's not even the worst part. What Rebecca found in that motel room, what she recorded on her phone, it's the kind of evidence that ruins lives. And in the next 29 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how one woman's perfect revenge became a criminal investigation that's still making headlines today. Before we dive into this absolute chaos, I want to thank you incredible viewers for making this channel possible. Your support means everything to me. And if you're new here and love true crime stories that'll keep you up at night, hit that subscribe button because we're about to go on a wild ride that you won't want to miss. Trust me on this one. Rebecca and Marcus Hendricks lived what everyone thought was the perfect life in Coral Springs, Florida. 15 years of marriage, 2 beautiful kids, and a successful landscaping business that Marcus had built from nothing. Their Instagram was filled with family vacations, date nights, and those candid moments that made everyone else jealous. But perfection has a price, and Rebecca was about to discover just how much Marcus had been willing to pay to maintain that facade. It started with the small things: phone calls that Marcus would take in the garage, credit card charges from restaurants Rebecca had never been to, late nights at the office that seemed to happen more and more frequently. Rebecca told herself she was being paranoid. After 15 years of marriage, surely she would know if something was wrong. The first real crack in their perfect life came on a Tuesday morning in March. Rebecca was doing laundry, going through Marcus's pants pockets like she had done thousands of times before. But this time she found something that made her blood run cold. A pregnancy test. Positive, but it wasn't hers. Rebecca stared at that little plastic stick for what felt like hours. Her mind raced through every possible explanation. Maybe it was old, maybe it was a friend's, maybe Marcus was helping someone. But deep down she knew, this was the beginning of the end of everything she thought she knew about her life. The pregnancy test led Rebecca down a rabbit hole she never expected to find herself in. She started paying attention to things she had previously ignored. The way Marcus's phone was always face down, how he showered immediately when he came home from work. The new cologne he claimed was a gift from a client. And then there was Olivia. Olivia was Rebecca's sister Monica's daughter, 24 years old, fresh out of college, and supposedly struggling to find her footing in the real world. When Monica asked if Olivia could stay with Rebecca and Marcus for a few months to save money and get established, Rebecca didn't hesitate to say yes. Family helps family. That's how they were raised. Olivia moved into their guest room in January. She was charming, helpful around the house, and great with Rebecca's kids. She would cook dinner sometimes, help with homework, and even join them for their weekly family movie nights. Rebecca actually enjoyed having another woman around the house. But now, holding that pregnancy test, Rebecca's mind started connecting dots she had been blind to before. The way Marcus and Olivia would stop talking when she entered a room. How Olivia always seemed to know Marcus's schedule better than Rebecca did. The fact that Olivia never seemed to actually be looking for a job despite claiming she was sending out resumes every day. Rebecca was about to learn that sometimes the biggest betrayals come from the people sleeping under your own roof. The morning after finding the pregnancy test, Rebecca made a decision that would change everything. She was going to find out the truth. No matter how much it hurt, no matter what it cost her, she needed to know if the man she had spent 15 years with was capable of this level of betrayal. But what she was about to discover wasn't just an affair. It was a conspiracy that had been going on right under her nose for months. Rebecca knew she couldn't confront Marcus without proof. Accusations without evidence would just give him the opportunity to cover his tracks and make her look like a paranoid wife. So she did something she never thought she would do. She hired a private investigator. Detective Ray Morales had been in the business for 20 years. He had seen every type of cheating spouse, every excuse, every cover-up. But when Rebecca walked into his office with that pregnancy test, something about her case struck him as different. This wasn't just about infidelity. This was about family destruction on a level he rarely encountered. Within a week, Detective Morales had enough evidence to fill a file cabinet. Marcus and Olivia weren't just having an affair. They were living a completely separate life together. They had joint bank accounts that Rebecca didn't know about. They had been looking at apartments together. They had even been to couples counseling sessions, pretending to be engaged. But the footage Detective Morales captured at the Sunrise Motel on Highway 441 was what broke Rebecca's heart completely. The hidden camera showed Marcus and Olivia not just as lovers, but as a couple planning a future together. They talked about baby names. They discussed how they would tell Rebecca and the kids. They laughed about how easy it had been to fool everyone. What Rebecca discovered wasn't just betrayal. It was calculated deception that had been going on for 8 months. 8 months of lies, manipulation, and planning. 8 months of Marcus coming home to her bed after spending afternoons in motel rooms with her niece. The pregnancy test belonged to Olivia. She was 10 weeks pregnant, and the father was definitely Marcus. The DNA test that Detective Morales arranged through his medical contacts confirmed what Rebecca already knew in her heart. But here's where the story takes a turn that no one, not even Detective Morales, saw coming. The deeper they dug into Marcus and Olivia's relationship, the more they realized this wasn't a recent development. Financial records showed that Marcus had been supporting Olivia financially since she was in college. Hotel receipts went back over 2 years. Text messages revealed a relationship that had been building since Olivia turned 21. Rebecca realized she hadn't just been betrayed. She had been living a lie for years. Most people in Rebecca's situation would have confronted Marcus immediately. They would have kicked Olivia out, filed for divorce, and tried to move on with their lives. But Rebecca wasn't most people. She was a woman who had just discovered that her entire life was built on lies, and she wanted justice. Not just for herself, but for her children, who would be devastated by this betrayal. Rebecca's mother's 70th birthday party was scheduled for October 15th. The entire family would be there, all of Marcus's business partners, their closest friends, 23 people who knew and respected Marcus as a devoted husband and father. 23 people who had no idea what kind of man he really was. Rebecca had 8 weeks to plan, 8 weeks to prepare for the most devastating family dinner in history. She started collecting evidence methodically. Every hotel receipt, every restaurant charge, every text message screenshot that Detective Morales could provide. She had the pregnancy test results. She had photos of Marcus and Olivia together. She had bank statements showing the secret accounts. But Rebecca's masterstroke wasn't the evidence. It was the timing. She knew that Marcus and Olivia thought they were in complete control. They thought Rebecca was clueless. They thought they could reveal their relationship on their own terms, probably after Marcus had figured out how to minimize the financial damage of a divorce. Rebecca was going to take that control away from them in the most public, humiliating way possible. For 8 weeks, Rebecca played the perfect wife. She cooked Marcus's favorite meals. She planned date nights. She even helped Olivia pick out maternity clothes, pretending she thought Olivia was just gaining weight from stress. The performance was Oscar-worthy, and it nearly broke her. Every kiss from Marcus felt like poison. Every conversation with Olivia felt like betrayal. But at 7:47 p.m. on October 15th, Rebecca walked into Chez Laurent restaurant knowing she was about to detonate a bomb that would destroy multiple families. What she didn't know was that Marcus had a bomb of his own. The birthday party started exactly as Rebecca had planned. Her mother was radiant, surrounded by family and friends. Marcus was playing the devoted son-in-law, charming everyone with stories about his business success. Olivia was quiet, sitting at the far end of the table, claiming she wasn't feeling well. No one suspected she was hiding a pregnancy. For 90 minutes, Rebecca played her part perfectly. She laughed at Marcus's jokes. She complimented Olivia's dress. She took selfies with family members and posted them on Instagram with captions about how blessed she felt to have such an amazing family. Then, as dessert was being served, Rebecca stood up to make a toast. "I want to thank everyone for being here tonight to celebrate my mother's 70th birthday," Rebecca began, her voice steady and clear. "Family means everything to us. Family is about trust, loyalty, and unconditional love. Family is about being there for each other through good times and bad." The room fell silent. Something in Rebecca's tone made everyone pay attention. But sometimes, Rebecca continued, family members betray that trust in ways that are unforgivable. She reached into her purse and pulled out a manila envelope. Marcus's face went pale. Olivia looked like she was going to be sick. "Marcus, I found your pregnancy test," Rebecca said, her voice cutting through the silence like a knife. "The one you've been hiding from me for 3 months." She opened the envelope and began laying photos on the table. Photos of Marcus and Olivia at the motel. Photos of them apartment hunting. Photos of them at medical appointments for prenatal care. "Tell them about the secret bank accounts, Marcus. Tell them about the apartment lease you signed together. Tell them about the baby you're having with my niece." The reaction was immediate and explosive. Rebecca's sister Monica started screaming. Marcus's business partner knocked over his wine glass. Olivia ran to the bathroom, but Rebecca wasn't finished. "For 8 months, I've been living with 2 people who were planning to destroy my family. For 8 months, Marcus has been coming home to my bed after spending afternoons with my 24-year-old niece. For 8 months, Olivia has been sitting at my dinner table playing with my children while pregnant with their baby." What happened next was caught on 6 different phones, and it's absolutely brutal to watch. Marcus didn't deny anything. He couldn't. The evidence was overwhelming. Instead, he did something that shocked everyone in that room, including Rebecca. He started laughing. "You think you're so smart, Rebecca?" Marcus said, standing up from his chair. You think you figured it all out, but you have no idea what's really been going on. That's when Marcus dropped his own bombshell. And suddenly, Rebecca realized she wasn't the only one who'd been planning revenge. The pregnancy test you found wasn't an accident, Rebecca, Marcus said, his voice calm despite the chaos around him. I wanted you to find it. I've been planning this for months. The room fell silent again. Even Rebecca was stunned. You see, I knew you hired a private investigator. Detective Morales isn't as discreet as he thinks he is. I've known about every photo, every recording, every piece of evidence you've been collecting, and I've been collecting evidence of my own. Marcus pulled out his own envelope, like the fact that you've been transferring money from our joint accounts into your personal account for the past 6 months. Like the fact that you've been meeting with divorce attorneys since April. Like the fact that you had no intention of working this out. You were just looking for a way to take me for everything I'm worth. Rebecca's face went white. How did Marcus know about the money transfers? How did he know about the attorney meetings? The affair with Olivia started as revenge. Rebecca, I found out about your plans to leave me and take half of everything I've worked for. So I decided to give you a reason to divorce me on my terms. Olivia was willing to play along because she needed money for college debt. The pregnancy? That's real. But the baby isn't mine. The room erupted in chaos. Monica started hitting Marcus with her purse. Rebecca's father tried to restrain him. Olivia came back from the bathroom in tears, confirming that Marcus was telling the truth. The baby belonged to her college boyfriend, but she had agreed to pretend it was Marcus's as part of his plan to control the divorce proceedings. Within 20 minutes, the police were called. Not by the family, but by the restaurant management, who were tired of the screaming and wanted everyone removed from the property. What happened at Chez Laurent that night made local news, social media, and eventually national television. The story had everything: family betrayal, secret affairs, financial manipulation, and a revenge plot gone wrong. Within 48 hours, 3 people were arrested. Marcus was charged with financial fraud for the secret accounts and tax evasion. Rebecca was charged with theft for the money transfers. Olivia was charged with conspiracy and fraud for her role in the fake pregnancy scheme. The divorce proceedings took 2 years and cost both Rebecca and Marcus nearly everything they had built together. Their business was sold to pay legal fees. The house was foreclosed on. The children went to live with Rebecca's parents while their parents fought in court. But the real tragedy is what happened to the family relationships. Monica and Rebecca haven't spoken since that night. Their mother's 70th birthday became the last family gathering they would all attend together. The extended family chose sides, and relationships that had lasted decades were destroyed in a single evening. Marcus and Rebecca are both remarried now to different people. Olivia moved across the country and changed her name. The baby was born healthy and is being raised by Olivia and her college boyfriend, who forgave her involvement in the scheme. If this story proves anything, it's that revenge is a dish best served with evidence. But sometimes the price of truth is higher than anyone expects. Both Marcus and Rebecca thought they were the smartest person in the room, but they both underestimated each other and overestimated their ability to control the situation. What do you think? Was Rebecca justified in exposing Marcus publicly, or should she have handled it privately? Was Marcus's counter-revenge brilliant or cruel? Let me know in the comments below, because I love hearing your thoughts on these complex family situations. And if you're obsessed with true crime stories like this one, you absolutely need to subscribe right now. Hit that notification bell, because next week, I'm covering a case that makes this family drama look like a tea party. A story about a woman who discovered her husband's secret, but instead of revenge, she chose a path that led to one of the most shocking murder trials in Florida history. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the most dangerous person in your life is the one who thinks they know all your secrets.